Hello folks, welcome back to the channel. Today is the 7th of August and we are going to Blackpool for the weekend. I say we because I'm going with my daughter. It's becoming an annual thing, is this. We did it last year and we did it the year before. Those two blogs, they're not long, so you might want to go and have a look at them on the channel. We are doing another cruise, of course, on the 17th of October, but I've still got quite a few blogs to put out from the cruise I did in July. So if you're not already a subscriber, guys, please subscribe, and that way, and press the notification bell. That way you're not going to miss the blogs as they come out. And of course you really want to be a subscriber come Christmas time, because I'm doing the 16-night cruise around the Caribbean, round the Western Med, when I'll be on the ship for Christmas. I'll be on the ship Christmas Day, Boxing Day, Christmas Eve, obviously, New Year's Eve and New Year's Day. So yeah, that's going to be a fantastic cruise, is that? So you don't want to miss that. So also if you to help support the channel, please give it a like, because it seems that we're not getting enough likes and subscribers for YouTube to push the videos out there. Because I've noticed that for some reason we have 549 subscribers, but we're getting less than 300 views. So, and that's because YouTube are not pushing the videos. So anyway, that's it for now. I'll see you all probably downstairs when I'm getting in the taxi, or maybe I'll just leave it till we get down to the train station. So bye for now. Right folks, here we are down in the train station. We've been to Wetherspoons and had a breakfast. Pretty packed, so I didn't bother filming anything. And it is, let's have a look.
This train has 4 carriages.
I was looking for a clock, but there isn't one. Let's see if hang on a second while I check my watch. 11:27, and a train goes at a minute to 12. So I'll see you guys when we're on the train. So bye for now. Here we are leaving the train station. 'Film again when we're pulling into Blackpool Aug.
It looks like it's raining here.
Yeah.
It's not bad.
Right folks, we are coming into Bradford Interchange. And we've got a seat. Me and Adele have got a seat to ourselves.
Yes, we have now.
Yeah, so I'll speak to you again when we're setting off. Are you happy?
Very happy now that we've got his own seat.
Yeah, there we go. Right folks, we're on this way into Preston. Not Preston, Blackpool North. Arrived and we're 15 minutes late. Right folks, as we see, we're in Blackpool North train station. see you at the other side of the barrier. Right, folks, that's the central pier, and we'll be looking at that in more detail later. At the moment, we're now trying to find us hotel. So I'll get back to you when we've found the hotel. Right guys, we're now in the cafe, yes, more or less a cafe in it. It's on the pier, and we're going to get a bite to eat, get a bit of a rest for a while. I've walked 100 steps, I need a rest. There's a bloke walking past with a load of balloons, I wondered what it was. Yeah, so we settled here now, chill, we'll get a drink. We're going to have something to eat and then we'll get a drink later. We're going to have a cup of tea to start with meal and then what have you. So yeah, it's just come 4 o'clock. We've been here about an hour and a half. So we've been to hotel and everything. I'll do a room tour later this evening when we get back. Adele's room were too big for her. So they've given us a smaller room. Not surprising. It were built for about 6 people. Yeah, my room's built for 4 because it's got 2 double beds in it. But I like big rooms. I like a big room. Double. 2 double beds. Just being like being back in America. All their rooms have 2 double beds in. Anyway, that's it for now. We're hoping to be able to get a burger and cheese, chips and gravy. We'll see what happens. Speak to you later. Right folks, here we are outside the new attraction, the Upside Down House. And basically, it's like walking on the ceiling. And it costs £8.50 a go. Here we are in the restaurant, Chinese restaurant, and you see soup, chicken and sweet corn soup. And believe it or not, that is £6. Beers were what? Beers were £6, weren't they? Beers were £6 for a pint.
£3.50 for broccoli.
£1.50 for your own crap. £3.50. Yeah, £3.50 for 3. I've ordered special chow mein, and that's 20 quid. Adele's ordered
Young chow fried rice.
what you got?
Young chow fried rice.
And how much was it? Do you remember?
£13.
About £20, yeah.
No, 13 mine is.
Oh, yours is only 13.
No, 14, sorry.
14, yes. Yeah, so, but it's a proper Chinese restaurant, you know, with the...
And I've got crab meat and sweet corn soup.
You go on.
Crab meat and sweet corn soup.
Crab and sweet corn soup Adele's got. And it's they're freshly made. And it's beautiful. Lovely. It is lovely. Okay, speak to you later. Oh.
This is awesome.
Well, it's on YouTube whether it wants to or not. Good morning, everybody. Today is Saturday, the 8th of August, and it's 22:08. I'm sat in the room. Adele said she wants to go down for breakfast at 9 o'clock. So I just hope that the breakfast is still going, because she seems to think it's 8:30 till 10. So anyway, we'll find out when we get down there. If he says breakfast finished half an hour ago, mate. Anyway, let me just give you a quick tour of this room, because it's not great. As you can see, there's a single bed, there's a double bed, there's a telly which is not bad. I think it looks like a 32-inch telly. It's not the tiny ones that like you get on the ship. Wardrobe, of course. But then you think, state of these windows. You can see that one's open, but it's broken. So you can't close it, even if you wanted to. That one and just move the curtain out of the way. So can you see that one's open, and that looks a bit dodgy as well. That's I think you just catch it, the sea down there. And of course the wardrobe. And down at the bottom of the wardrobe we've got an iron and a safe. You have a plug there. There's some drawers here. Oh, interesting. Somebody left some flaming crisps in there. In that drawer. Last person that were in it. You got a radiator. Well, you've got new radiators over old radiators. You've got one there, and you've got one there. You've got a buffet, you've got a table, you've got coffee, tea and coffee thing. Problem is, you've no lamp. And the ceiling lamp is really bright. I don't think you'll get the full benefit as it's daylight, but oh yeah, how bright that lamp is. So turn that off. You've got the usual obligatories. You've got a shower, you've got a sink, you've got a loo, got a little shelf with toilet things. You've got a light over that mirror. Yeah, and I'll just turn the light off there and shut it down. So, right, so we come back to where I started from. Oh, what I had to do last night is I had to turn the main light off and turn the light on in the bathroom and use that as like a lamp. Anyway, that's enough for now. I'll speak to you again probably when we've been to breakfast and we're thinking about what we're going to do next. So bye for now. Right folks, we're here, we're in the park, taking some good, well I'd say good, it's taken us a while to get in. Now, right folks, I'm settled down on a bench. The other girl's gone on the Grand National. Yeah, now we were originally due to stay 2 nights. Last night and tonight. Well, we're not. We're coming home today. You know, I've lost a chunk of change through changing the results because we've lost a night in the hotel and we've lost the return ticket on the train, which I've had to rebook the train. And it's because the hotels are horrendous. To be honest, you know, Adele's found a bug in the bed, which she thinks is a bed bug, but she's not sure. The noise were horrendous all night. Well, not all night long, until about 2 or 3. And then of course it started up again about 5 with seagulls or gulls screaming and shouting, and you know the noise they make are horrendous. And then from about 5 onwards you had cars going up and down, you had people from about 7 onwards, you had people getting out of the room making a noise and what have you. But then when we went down for breakfast, it tried to claim that we weren't booked in for breakfast,
but we were booked for room only. But Adele showed him receipt which said including breakfast, so we ended up getting it, and we ended up wishing we hadn't because it was rubbish. We got hash browns, which are all crispy on the outside and nothing in the middle. Sausage, I don't know where that sausage came from, but it was worse than I've had on chips. Tomatoes were not so bad. Beans were just about okay. The egg were like rubber. So, and the bacon it was a streaky bacon. It was super streaky bacon. So the breakfast were rubbish as well. And if we'd had to buy that separately, it was £9.59. I think it was either 59 or 99. I forget exactly. So I'm glad we didn't have to pay for it. But yeah. I knew Adele were upset and she didn't really want to stay. But she, she was embarrassed to say to me, and she felt bad because of money I was going to lose because I paid for hotel and everything. So I told her, look, I don't want to stop here neither. I mean, I was in two minds during night about, whether we should go home or not. And we checked out hotels, and it cost us a lot less to get a train and go home and suffer the loss that we lost on, cost to return train ticket and the like, than booking an hotel. Because the trouble is, we picked the wrong weekend to come for a start. Because in here you've had this punk festival, and which was from Thursday to Sunday, and then we've got the Blackpool Air show today and tomorrow. So everywhere's jam packed, and of course they're charging the earth. Anyway, so we've come to Pleasure Beach. We're in here, wander around. Adele have gone most of them. I've gone a few, but not many. Yeah. I've not got that spirit, longing to go on thrill-seeking rides as I used to have. It's getting old, that's what it is. 76, going on for 77. That's what it is. I mean, I'll go on some of them. Don't get me wrong, I will go on some of them. I mean, we won't get to film much, but I'll film what I can. But yeah, so that's it, guys. So I'll speak to y'all later. Bye for now.
There's the Adele in queue. Adele! On the train now, come past any minute.
idea what it's like. Every time I look, they're going right up into the sky, so I'm catching some, so I'll leave it at that. Right folks, Adele's on that ride that I've just been filming, and I've left her to do it, and I've come round to get a bit of shade and a drink. Sure. Coca-Cola, but it's off tap, so, but don't know how much it was. It's £3 something. Yeah, £3 something. Anyway, so I'm chilling here now while she enjoys herself on that ride. I said to her, you know, you go on as many rides as you like. As long as you enjoy yourself, that's all that matters to me. But yeah, I mean, I'm going on 77, and I think it's about that time when I start to slow down a bit with regards to roller coasters and the like. Still, I'm okay. I'll enjoy myself. I always find it. There are some rides I'll go on. We're going to go on Ghost Train soon when she's come off of that ride. So yeah, I'll chat to you later. Bye for now. Right folks, here we are by the Ghost Train. We're going on this. I can get on this one alright. So yeah, I might be able to get a few shots on there. Otherwise, I'll speak to you when we get off. Bye for now. Here we are for the Ghost Train. folks, we're on the train, little train, Texas, little steam train I should have. It takes us round the park. Slow and steady, steady Eddie. Right folks, that's us on our way. And I'll come back to if we see anything really interesting. Big Blue Hotel, one of the most expensive hotels in Blackpool. That's the big one. And I don't mean the washing powder. It's not, it's a diesel. You smell diesel?
Yeah.
Yeah. Right folks, yeah, that was enjoyable with that. Steady, it's slow and steady as they say. Yeah, I enjoyed that. Dell's going on Avalanche. I'm not going on it because you've got to step into can, then you've got to slide down into it. And I'm not fit enough to do that anymore. So Dell's going on it, so I'm just sat here in the shade until either she comes back or somebody tells me I've got to buy something to sit here. Anyway, I'll speak to you later. Bye for now. That's the Avalanche. Dell's on that. I've seen it. Third front back. Right, quick update folks. I've finally seen her on the Avalanche. About 25 minutes I've been sat here. She's finally, that girl who I thought I saw on it earlier, I want her, but she's definitely on it this time because she waved to me. So there you go folks. I say we were being buzzed by jets earlier. Oh, you could hear them really loud. Unfortunately, they weren't coming anywhere near here. You know, I couldn't see them anyway. They were back in distance. And then finally one came right over here and did a turn over Avalanche. By the time I got my camera out, they had gone. They were that, you know, travelling that fast. Because of course, today and tomorrow you've got the Blackpool air show. So that's what it is. Bye for now. Quick update folks. The big one stopped. There's a carriage there on its way up the lift and it stopped down near the bottom. Yeah. I'm glad I'm not on that. There must be panic. There's a few people on there that'll be panicking, wondering what the heck's going on. There you go, folks. It's moving again. Slowly, but it's moving again. Yeah. They must have, maintenance must have been checking somewhere and they've stopped it. Drove at top in a minute. And there it goes. Right folks, we've now walked round to Icon and I've found a little seat to sit down. Well, Adele's going to go on Icon. So I'll get back to you later. Bye for now. Right folks, as you can see, we're back at the Grand National. Adele's going to go on there for one last ride before we set off back. Fantastic. It's up there on the right side. I might just be filming Sky because it glare on camera, I can't see. Right, quick update folks, we're on the train and we're heading back to Leeds. The place is packed selling, so I won't do any more filming. I'll talk to you all again when I get home. So bye for now. Well, good morning everybody. Today's Sunday and as you've been watching this from the beginning, you'll have gathered we've come home early
because of the hotel. We wanted to, stay on an extra day and see if we could find another hotel. But the place was packed because you'd got the festival for the punks and you'd got the air show. So everywhere were packed. And of course, hotel owners were taking advantage of it and they were charging double what they would normally do. So I says to Adele, well, I'll buy us some train tickets to take us back till to go home. We'll go home early. So that's what we did. We came home late last night. We enjoyed this day in Blackpool. We went to Pleasure Beach and we actually got to see quite a bit of air show because it came over Blackpool. So yeah, now the problem with the hotel was, it were two reasons. Well, there was more than two reasons, but the main reason, the most serious one, was Adele found a bug in her bed, and she thinks it were a bed bug. She Googled it, and it looked like what she saw on Google, and of course she was feeling all creepy and everything. And she said to me that, I could see by a reaction and everything. I says, do you want to go home? She says, well, we'll see if we can find another hotel first, which we tried, and and cheapest we found were about £350 each. So we said no, and I got us train tickets, and we came home. Now that were the main problem, but there were a number of other problems. The breakfast was another problem. In that, first of all, they said that we weren't entitled to a breakfast, and Adele promptly showed them receipt which says room and breakfast, breakfast included sort of thing. So in Andy giving, but the breakfast wasn't nice. The sausage, had no idea what that sausage was. The bacon, I think, were a turkey rasher, not a proper bacon. The egg was, it were like rubber. The beans were all right, although they're not Heinz, obviously. You can tell Heinz by its sauce. Anyway, it's not one, but they were okay. The tomato was fine. Mushrooms were nice. Yeah, mushrooms were nice. The hash browns on the other side, on the other end, were 90% crisp and 10% potato, and that's me being generous with potato. So Adele's was slightly better. I think she's got about 20% potato in hers, but so she gave me hers, and I tucked into that one. Okay, I suppose, yeah. And then the other, it was noisy as hell during night. A terrible noise. Of course, these next bits, they had no control over. But it were really noisy outside, and trucks going up and down. From about 5 o'clock, seagulls yapping away, or whatever seagulls do. But they were screeching and what have you. Noise of people walking up and down corridor. At one point, Adele got the same experience. We thought somebody were trying to get into my room, and it weren't. It were them trying to get into their room opposite me. The way they lay out. So yeah. So that were that. But nah, wouldn't go there again, and I certainly wouldn't recommend it. But I really wanted to complain, because I like complaining. But yes, Adele didn't want to complain. She just wanted to go, and she said she'll complain when she goes on TripAdvisor. Yeah, so that's what she's going to do. So me personally, I'd have told them to the face what it was, but Adele don't like confrontation as such, so she just wanted to leave. So she told him we were a family emergency, and we give them keys and left. And she said, as we were going out, she said, "See you again." And I sort of, half under my breath, said, "I don't think so." But we were outside her front door by the time I said it, so I don't think she heard us. But anyway, but other than that, we enjoyed ourselves during the day while we were waiting for train, which was at, what was it? At 19 minutes past 7. So we went to Pleasure Beach and we saw some air show and everything, and we did, you'll have seen some of it on blog. So that were good. Enjoyed that. Then when we went for train later on, because of all these huge crowds that got in, because of all these crowds that got, big crowds that got in Blackpool, they'd set up a new system where they were forming queues outside station. Anyway, we got into Leeds queue, and we got into queue for train before ours. And so we got right up front because we were sort of last in. And I said to policeman, I says, are we going to have to stand here for an hour? And he sort of said yes. And I says, I can't do that. I says, I'm registered disabled. I never better stand for an hour like that. Oh, he says, come on. And he took us straight into the station, and he took us to assisted travel section, and we sat down. Oh, they were brilliant, really friendly and everything. And then he called over assisted travel people, and they came over and chatted, took us details and everything. And then they got me a wheelchair, and they took us out onto platforms. She says, I'll take you out onto platforms because it's cooler out there. So they took us out there. Adele got lucky because we was next to a chair that had obviously been used by a previous passenger on an earlier train, and it were just sat there and they're not taking it back yet. So Adele plunked herself in that. Well, I told her to. I said, sit down there, Adele, and then they came and they took us to the train, and we were first on, you see. Well, there were me and two other people getting assisted. One lady were in her own motorised buggy because she got on. They have a section at back at carriage for wheelchairs and whatever. And I said to the lady, I says, I don't need this wheelchair anymore. I said, I can walk on now, I'm okay. And so we managed to get 2 seats next to each other. And we sat down there because I couldn't film anything on the train back. It were rammed, it were packed solid, and people was shouting, and you wouldn't have heard anything anyway. And there were quite a few drunks on the train. People next to opposite us on the other side of the aisle, they were drinking that Jack Daniels and Coke thing the whole way to I think, where did they get off? I think Accrington or something like that. Anyway, the fair distance part of journey. So it just it wasn't worth filming. And of course, when I got home last night, I was just so tired. I had a sausage roll in my pocket, so I finished that, which we'd intended to, got a couple of snacks for train at Greg's in train station. Short at train station. And I got a sausage roll, Adele got a piece of pizza. So I sat down, had a can of pop and that sausage roll, and then I went to bed. So this is, I've said it's next day. So anyway, that's it for Blackpool for another year. I'm not sure what we're going to do next year. We just pay the extra money and get one at better hotels if we go next year. We're talking about maybe going somewhere else. And Adele mentioned Brighton. Brighton from Leeds. Anyway, we'll see. We might go. You never know. But there's not a lot down in Brighton, apart from Brighton Pavilion and whatever. So that's it for now, as I said. And keep watching out for my blogs for cruise. They're still going up because this is a one-off thing. So I'll speak to you the next time. Bye for now.
Our hearts beat to the city streets. We began to feel the fire. We rise like tall buildings as the chemicals, they take us higher. The night's young, and it's just begun, as she puts her hand in mine. We wanna chase the night, wanna dance to the light, pull stars from the sky, just two hearts running wild. Never sleep, never stop, as we shout from the top.